our hands and soap. Get a meat, let it drag on the floor. It's a nine in the bed that I told. Working hard, we ain't having no hope.
Hey guys, what's up? What it do? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm Kaice. If you are new, please take 1 second, go down below, hit that subscribe button, and click that little bell button so you don't miss when I post a new video. I hope you guys had an amazing start to your year. If you follow me, or if you've been paying attention to the community tab on my Instagram or anything, then you know that I had a huge kickstart to this year. Make sure you guys go subscribe to me and my boyfriend's new podcast and YouTube channel. It's called His and Her Theory. I'm gonna keep them separate, so we'll stay mostly beauty here, and then life and relationships and all that stuff will be done over there. So I'll put the link down below for you guys to go subscribe and follow our Instagram, which is also called His and Her Theory. So basically, to kickstart this year, I wanted to come on and answer some questions that you guys have about my reflection of last year, and also what my goals and just manifestations are for this year. I asked you guys on Instagram a few days ago to ask me some questions, so we're just gonna go through some of my favorite ones, or ones that stand out to me. So hopefully some of these questions will help me to reflect or think about things that maybe I didn't think about before. I also want to thank Teamy Blends for restocking me on my fave, Detox Mask. Y'all have seen her in plenty of videos. And also for sponsoring me and being the first partner of 2021. So basically, as I respond to your questions, I'm also going to be applying the mask on my skin. And then we'll do a little before and after so you guys can see the immediate results that this Detox Mask can provide. Here's a little close-up of my skin before. I actually just cleansed my skin, and it's like drying out right now as we speak. This mask actually has to be applied to damp skin, so I'm going to go put some water on my face before I apply it. But yeah, my skin is clean. I always want to start off on clean skin, but I need some water, so I'll be right back. Okay, so if you don't already know about this mask, it is a detox mask, so it helps to detoxify your skin. I started to actually shy away from clay masks like this on my skin because I felt like I was overdoing it and over drying my skin by applying clay mask too much. But this mask I actually still use because it is a clay mask and it's gonna help to detoxify my skin, but it never leaves my skin like overly dry. Because it is a clay mask, after you apply it, it's gonna harden, and when it's fully hardened, that's how you know it's done doing its job. It also has some really great ingredients in it, like green tea, really good for like redness or irritation. It also has lemongrass in it, which helps to brighten, and it also gives it this really like fresh smell. And then of course it has the clay in it, and that is what really helps to get into those pores and pull all the dirt and bacteria out. It also has a really soothing sensation when you apply it to your skin. Okay, so let's get the New Year's tea. Okay, so this one says, what was the biggest lesson you learned in 2020? I think the biggest thing I learned in 2020 is that life is so unpredictable, and time is going to keep moving with or without you. So it's really important to use your time wisely, work hard, keep pushing forward, stay positive, especially with seeing everything going on around you, just staying laser focused and positive. I would also say 2020 showed me that I am capable of being everything that I want to be. I have all the tools, all the resources, and all the people around me that I need to be extremely successful, and it's just up to me to apply myself and stay disciplined and keep moving forward. Always got to keep moving forward. This next question says, did you accomplish all of your goals for 2020? So I had a vision board that I did last year. Y'all probably remember that little digital vision board that I made. I actually just looked back at that the other day, and it was just crazy. Like, I would say I had a lot of specific goals that I didn't necessarily meet, but it's because circumstances changed. And even though I didn't meet those specific goals, I still gained a lot of the skill sets and a lot of the traits that I need to eventually make those goals happen. Because sometimes when we set a goal, we don't really think about like what's needed to achieve that goal. Like, we say in our heads, I have to do this, have to do this, have to do this to reach a certain goal, but do you even have the characteristics as a person to take that action to make that goal a reality, right? So it really was just about becoming a better me and understanding myself and what I'm good at, what I'm not good at, what I need to work on, what things I can put at the forefront, what things I could put behind me, like. And now I feel like I'm ready to take action on all the things that I learned last year. This next question says, what was your biggest blessing you received last year? I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of blessings last year, but I think the biggest one that I got, I have two big ones. The first one being signing with my management agency. That was a blessing that I didn't even know I needed at the time. That is what has allowed me to be able to do this full time now. But also making the Sephora squad was low-key life-changing. And I think it was because I was going to apply, not last year, not 2020, but 2019 when it first started. But I kind of scared myself out of it. But then this year I had signed to Images Everything, my agency, and my manager told me to apply. You're not gonna tell your manager no, even though I was still kind of scared, and I didn't think that I didn't feel deserving really to get a position in the Sephora squad. So, but I just applied because my manager told me to, and I'm like, okay. And then I got it. And I feel like that's when my whole perspective on what I do changed, because I was kind of downplaying myself a lot. Like, yeah, I was making money and yeah, I was doing this and doing that, but I didn't really feel like it was a job for me, or didn't feel like it could be a job for me. I didn't feel like I could go out and say like, yeah, I'm an influencer, I work for myself, doing this, that, and the third. I would still take it seriously and keep it very professional when I would talk about my channel, but now this is my business. Like, this is what I do to survive, you know? And I'm not gonna say Sephora is the only thing that put that confidence in me to really see myself for who I am. It was just, I had always said that my dream partnership was to be sponsored by Sephora. And I never thought that that was something that I'd be able to achieve so early in my influencing career, especially not a year-long partnership where it's consistent, like, campaigns with the company. Like, it's insane. And then to be recognized by so many people because of that, it just really meant a lot to me. And I feel like I needed something like that. I'm not gonna say I needed it to keep going, because I probably would have kept going with or without the Sephora squad, but just getting it gave me the validation I needed to really go hard, and I did, and the result has been amazing since then. This next one says, how have your career goals changed and why? I've always wanted to be my own boss. I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I just didn't know how I was gonna get there or how I was gonna do it, and I also didn't think I'd be doing it this early. So I wouldn't say my career goals have changed. They've just kind of taken a different route than I thought. And it's a good route because I'm able to start so early, but it's also difficult. I'm not gonna say it's difficult, but I'm still trying to wrap my head around the fact that I felt like I had to take so many more steps to get here, and I didn't. I feel like I made it already to what my end goal was almost. So the only thing that has really changed is the way that I got here. And then of course I still have other things that I want to work on moving forward, but I'm already an entrepreneur. Like, I'm already working for myself. This next one kind of relates. It says, how is it going just working for yourself? I don't know, it's really only like my third week out here, so I feel like I had kind of started to transition into this last year, being on lockdown, with me not having to physically drive to work anymore and being able to create my own schedule for the most part. Like, I kind of eased myself into it, but it's definitely difficult to write your own schedule every day. I'm not even gonna lie, because you could have 15,000 different things that you have to do within a certain time frame, and then it's up to you to figure out how you're gonna use your time to get all those things done. And yes, it's great to not have anything blocking me or anything, you know, that I have to work around anymore, but it's almost like that gave me an ultimatum before to make sure that I got, you know, my YouTube stuff or my extra stuff done before I had to go to work or before I had to go to class for school. Now I don't have that ultimatum anymore. It's kind of like, you have all day, so you can take all day if you want, but it's not really like that. You have to be still very disciplined with your time, because you could get more done. And the more you work, the more money you make. You have full control over your income. So it's really only right to maximize your time to make the most money. This next one is really good. What are some questions you've asked yourself that pushed you, if that makes sense? Definitely makes sense. You guys probably saw in my chit chats that I did last year, talking about how I was going through a little identity crisis, just making connections to how my childhood has shaped me to be who I am today. So one question that I always ask myself is, am I staying true to who I am? Whenever making decisions or even figuring out what I'm gonna post or how I'm gonna portray myself, I always have to take a step back and really think about if it's reflecting who I truly am. Because it's very easy when you're trying to grow on social media to start to fall into the wave almost, and feel like you have to post certain things in order to be successful or to be trendy or to fit in or whatever the case is. And sometimes being your authentic self is hard because you don't know how people are going to respond to that. But your truth and your value is in your ability to be vulnerable. You kind of have to put yourself out there a little bit as your true self and not as someone else. in order to bring people or bring eyes to you. And it's gonna happen naturally when you're being natural about it. You'll attract people that are like you or people that are in similar situations as you. But if you're pretending to be someone else or go through what someone else is going through, or just trying to copy anyone in any way, you're gonna be left unsatisfied and you're not gonna grow because you're not being yourself. So I'm not saying that to say that I ever was fake or ever tried to copy anybody, but I definitely can say that I started to look down on myself because I wasn't growing as fast as some other people, and I felt like sometimes what I had to offer wasn't going to take off like other people do. But then I had to step back and be like, hold on, it's a lot of people who like you for you, and so that has value, and you just have to keep working on that and being more confident in it. This next question says, what are you going to do differently to improve yourself as a self-employed influencer? Definitely got to work on my diligence. Like I mentioned earlier, scheduling is still something that I'm struggling with. Diligence, self-confidence, because that's another thing. I'm also going to work on staying consistent. Even though I would say I'm decent at being consistent, I want to be consistently good. Consistently good, and that just requires a lot of diligence, a lot of planning, and just making sure that everything's on point. And then one other thing that I would say that I'm going to do to improve is to keep finding new tools and new ways to switch it up, because with me working with so many companies and still doing my own organic content, I have to find new apps, new softwares, new different ways for me to switch up how my content looks, because I even get bored seeing my own content sometimes, and I don't want that for you guys. So just constantly learning and trying to figure out new ways to expand my creativity. This next question says, do you plan on moving in late 2021? So no, because the current place that I'm in, I'm leased until the beginning of 2022, but you'll have to stay tuned and follow over on His and Her Theory to hear more about moving and plans and things like that. Next question says, any travel goals for 2021? Nah. 2021 is my money stacking year. I'm gonna be in the house working in the house. Definitely not gonna be bored. I'm gonna have a lot of things to do. And then now with me and my boyfriend working our brand together, both of our focus right now is really just saving money so that we can keep leveling up. This next question says, what do you do when you're overwhelmed? Coping mechanisms. I am the one that gets overwhelmed easily. So when I do get overwhelmed, I first drink wine if I have it. For me, wine soothes my anxiety. But something else I do too is just kind of give myself some grace, because if I'm feeling overwhelmed, that means that I'm pushing my body too much, either mentally or physically doing too much, either thinking too hard or, like I said, physically doing too much, filming, editing, running around, trying to clean the house, trying to do this, trying to do that. Like, it's either one. And so I just take a minute to acknowledge that, yes, I'm feeling overwhelmed, and yes, I'm pushing my body too much, but just take a breath, because one, you deserve to take a breath no matter what. Even if you're not overwhelmed, take that breath, because you could keep working and working while you're overwhelmed, but it's not going to be your best work. You're going to mess up on something, or you're going to forget something. So just tell yourself it's okay for me to sit down for a second. I need to recharge so I can come back stronger. But that's literally what I tell myself when I start getting frustrated or overwhelmed. Or I also pray. That really helps with like emotional overwhelmingness. It allows you to actually speak out the things that you're worried about and have faith that things are going to get better. This next question says, how do you generate content ideas? What's your process? Honestly, I get my best ideas when I am just randomly doing something. I like to kind of film my videos in real time. So if I'm doing a skincare routine, I usually film it at the time that I would really do my skincare routine. Or if I'm doing a self-care routine, I'll probably really do it when I'm doing my self-care night. So once I have like a set group of products that I really like using together, or I have a set routine for something, or I come up with an idea of how to do something, whatever I'm actually doing in my real life is what I put into my content. I really just do it based off of things that I figured out, new things that I've tried, or whatever it is I'm doing in my real life at the time. When it comes to like sponsorships and stuff, I still try to make those extremely organic, so I always try to find a way to incorporate it into a routine that I'm already doing. And so that doesn't really require a lot of creation, because it's like, it makes sense, you know? I always want my content to make sense, but I don't really have a specific process. It's whatever comes to my mind. This last question I'm gonna answer before I rinse off my face mask. It says, what type of content should we get to expect? Oh, I think she typed it wrong, but it's okay. It's okay, girl. What type of content should we get to expect to see in 21? So like I mentioned, I'm gonna try to get a little bit more personal. I'm trying to do more vlogs if I can, but really just everything that I'm already doing. I'm not really gonna switch it up too much. Skin, hair, body care, makeup, I'm just gonna keep sharing what it is that I'm doing. I actually want to share my like everyday makeup routine with you guys very soon, because I'm getting quicker with it. I'm doing it in a shorter amount of time, and I know a lot of you guys will appreciate a routine that's quick and out the door, so I want to share that very soon. Like I said, I'm going to do vlogs. I'm definitely going to vlog when I get my first trim, which is going to be in a couple weeks. My birthday's coming up. Apparently Dre's going to be doing something for me, so we'll be vlogging that. It's just going to be more of me. Hopefully you guys will get to know me even more, because I feel like I can be even more open now that my relationship is out there, because he's such a big part of my life. Right now I don't really have a steady posting schedule, but I'm going to try to shoot for Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, because His and Her Theory is going to be going up on Sundays and Wednesdays, so that could give us Friday and Monday to edit, film, and do stuff. I'm working on a schedule. When I figure it out, I'll let you guys know. Okay, so the mask has completely hardened. So let's go rinse her off and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, look at the skin. I need to put on some chapstick though, because my lips. My skin looking nice and bright. It's smooth. One thing I love about this detox mask is that my texture on my skin is always so smooth. I also just feel like my skin looks brighter overall. It feels clean, it feels refreshed. After doing this mask, I just follow up with the rest of my skincare, and because the skin is nice and detoxed and cleansed, all the rest of your products will absorb into your skin way better. And I actually have a 30% off coupon code if you guys want to get this off teamyblends.com. It's going to be Kaice30. I'll put the link down below, of course, and the coupon code for you guys to copy and paste if you want to purchase it. This discount code is actually a little bit higher than my previous one, so definitely take advantage. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoy. I gotta go finish my skincare before my skin dries out. And hopefully I will see you guys all in my next one. Bye.
I can drip on the ground too. Somebody hood let it down too. I can decide. Foreign car, I'm a ride. The phantom bro's body is wide. I made the bubbly like the wise. I put some more rocks in the watch. Middle finger to the cops.